This presentation is on Google SketchUp. It's a 3D modeler, and I'll just walk you through some of the different applications you can use for it. Now, this is for Google SketchUp. It's a curriculum teaching and technology coursework, and it was originally by Anthony, Iasia, and myself, although this speaking component and this is on my website, so I'll just go over the other parts briefly. So the basics of SketchUp are that you can draw 3D shapes with it. You can share the shapes with others through 3D Warehouse. You can design buildings very easily, especially anything with straight edges. It's very easy to do that. In fact, I've had my 5th graders doing some projects with it, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. You can learn through many tutorials that they have on the website, and it's a free download, so it's ideal for education. For my grade, this is a case study for my grade. I teach 5th grade here at Solforn School, and we do a unit on establishing a lunar colony. So it's a in-between unit between science, where we study the Sun, Moon, Earth system, and the next one is create a constitution for a space colony through StoryPath in social studies. So in the midterm, to connect them to, I use SketchUp to create, share, and build a living colony. So there are some samples of living colonies or space homes, pods, that are already on 3D Warehouse, and they're freely downloadable. So I use those. The students learned what it could look like. They learned about the application, and it was a good model to share for everybody. It was a little bit different. The story path had us just drawing first, but we actually, in our class, we actually used SketchUp for it. So they had the additional benefit of being able to share them, being able to combine them easily, and also they had the technology. So it added a few different components than just the regular thing. Okay, now this one was Ayesha's, and she used SketchUp for 9th grade biology, cycling of matter and energy in ecosystems. So you can read her curriculum is to explain the flow of matter and energy through ecosystems and assess and explain human activities that influence it. And so her students used SketchUp to build a futuristic city based on humans' impact on carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus. And again, a lot of the buildings are already on 3D Warehouse, so the students can just download and modify them as they need. So they choose, design, and build a model of the carbon, nitrogen, or phosphorus cycle using SketchUp. And SketchUp in general builds creative thinking and investigating skills. Throughout the unit, students are introduced to SketchUp through the tutorials and small activities, the ones that I mentioned earlier. Okay, Anthony teaches ESL, and so his activity is based on that. So his curriculum is learning new vocabulary and pronunciation through pictures, sketching, and imagination. He lives in Doha in Qatar. And so his idea is to use SketchUp for creativity, collaborative learning, building, and sharing. And so his also, because SketchUp is so easy to use for building, his is designing what Doha might look in 10 years and building the dream house, create something new, prepare for the World Cup. And the lessons are going to use that as sort of a catalyst for using the vocabulary that's needed. Some of the geometric terms or house terms or living terms or things like that. Okay, so SketchUp is very good for learning, creating, collaborating, building, and then sharing those things. It's more interactive than maybe it could be otherwise. Okay, so pros and cons of SketchUp are the pros that it's a free service. Tutorials are offered. You can integrate it with Google Earth. It is taken over by Google at the moment, so it's Google SketchUp, so it integrates with all Google things. It has 3D warehouse, and it's easy to use. The cons are that the students need some 3D awareness, so it might be difficult for younger students who can't conceptualize 3D space. Okay, so please check it out, and thank you for watching the presentation. Goodbye.